Ladies and gentlemen, raise your swords because today we are diving into an interesting showdown. Truly a clash of colossal proportions. It's the face-off of the genetically gifted, the rumble of the titans, the tussle of the DNA deities. In the red corner, we have the clone created by Project Cadmus and codenamed Experiment 13. He's got more powers than you've got excuses for being late to work. It's Superboy, the genetic remix of the Man of Steel that's more complex than your grandma's secret recipe. He's a man who stands on business, having handed out beatdowns to heavyweights like Martian Manhunter. He's tough, he's swift, and he's got more moves than your dad at a disco. In the blue corner, we have his challenger, faster than a speeding bullet, quicker than when you hit snooze on your morning alarm. He is invincible, a half-Viltrumite dynamo with strength that will have your gym bro question his gains, and durability that lasts in the face of nuclear explosions. Yes folks, Mark Grayson is the real deal. Buckle up people, because this is the battle of two genetic marvels. Who will emerge victorious in this clash of the titans? Well, you have to stick around to find out. Before we dive into the brutal clash between Superboy and Invincible, we need to unravel the genetic tapestry of these characters, starting with the youthful powerhouse with a splash of Kryptonian flair, Superboy. Superboy, also known as kon-el or kon-el, is the genetic love child of Superman and Lex Luthor.
No, don't make it gay.
Designed to fill the hero-sized void left by Superman's untimely demise. He isn't your typical teenage clone. Project Cadmus, fueled by a relentless pursuit for a Superman replacement, embarked on a cloning journey. Despite early hiccups and many failed attempts, Experiment 13 emerged, a teenage clone later donning the moniker Superboy. Due to Flashpoint, the original kon-el became forgotten after being lost in Gem World. Meanwhile, a second Superboy, a human Kryptonian hybrid clone created by Nowhere, emerged. Following the multiverse changes post-Perpetual and the Darkest Night, kon-el's place in the timeline seemed fully restored. Superboy merged with his New 52 counterparts, resulting in the unification of the New 52 kon-el and the original kon-el into a singular individual after the timeline was unknotted. Superboy possesses unique and formidable abilities that few comic book heroes can rival. Initially, Superboy's primary superpower involved harnessing a bioelectric aura similar to the one that surrounded Superman's body, known as tactile telekinesis or TK. This unique ability granted Superboy the power to simulate Superman's strength, flight, and invulnerability, but his potential also grew with time. His TK isn't just for show and is a Swiss Army knife of one ability. From perceiving thoughts to disassembling objects with a touch, he's a one-clone wrecking crew. Superboy's TK also enhanced his Kryptonian powers, putting him on par with full Kryptonians. Despite his inability to absorb the same amount of solar radiation, he has shown incredible strength countless times, even being able to lift a Kryptonian city whilst in a weakened state. Superboy's TK enhanced strength is formidable. He defeated Martian Manhunter with a few blows, a significant achievement given Martian Manhunter's reputation as a threat to even the Justice League. Superboy has feats of strength such as lifting the world's largest yacht and throwing a football at Mach 5. His TK ensures that the objects he lifts do not collapse under their own weight. His strength, tied to his willpower and concentration, can increase over time. He can exert himself at peak capacity for several days, heal quickly, and has even held his own against the entire Teen Titans team and a more aggressive new god Orion without showing a hint of slowing down. His durability is also not any laughing matter. He's taken a beating from the likes of Doomsday and the Eradicator, shrugged off hits from Supergirl, and even tanked an attack from an angry Martian Manhunter. Superboy's invulnerability stems from a force field generated by his TK. It's like his personal bodyguard, always up unless he consciously drops it. It can deflect bullets, shrapnel, and even kryptonite bullets. But gases and energy attacks, not so much. Even without his TK field, he can withstand lava and the 1 megaton nuclear explosion. He shrugged off lightning blasts and earth-shaking blows, and thanks to his unique metabolism, he heals faster than a human, mending broken bones in under an hour. He even held his own against Superboy Prime. It turns out his powers are only as strong as his belief in them. Superboy's speed is also impressive. kon-el can increase his molecular motion by directing his TK inward, enabling him to move at ultra-high velocities. He can move so fast that he can catch bullets mid-flight and cover miles in the blink of an eye. When charged with solar energy, he can dodge point-blank laser fire and see others moving at superhuman speeds. Using this speed drains his solar reserves quickly if he's not under a yellow star, while he avoids moving at faster than light speeds within a planet's atmosphere to prevent damage. He's been seen flying from Earth to the moon in seconds. Although not as fast as Impulse and other flashes on the ground, he's no slouch, outspacing sound and can exceed light speed. He's limited to tactile telekinesis, but it's so advanced he can manipulate matter at a molecular level. He can even make objects fall apart just by touching them. kon-el's Kryptonian lineage grants him solar absorption, turning him into a living solar battery. But like a smartphone with too many apps open, he could overstress his body if he absorbed too much energy. Superboy's heat vision is comparable transferable to Kryptonians, being almost as hot as the sun's core. He can also shoot energy blasts from his hands, which pack more punch than Superman's base heat vision. These blasts can even hurt full-blooded Kryptonians, with these blasts carrying a concussive force equivalent to 5,000 pounds of TNT. If he really lets loose, he could potentially destroy large planets. Talk about overkill. His psionic powers give him a unique perception of the world. He can see, smell and taste things beyond human capabilities. Superboy's vision possesses the entire electromagnetic spectrum, allowing him to selectively focus and perceive better in darkness. He could probably win a staring contest in pitch black. Kon-el can instantly recall events that are emotionally significant or that he pays specific attention to. When he's charged up with solar energy, he can solve problems faster than a cheetah on a sugar rush. In the New 52, Superboy was a walking encyclopedia with a mind that worked at lightning speed. However, the original Kon-el Kent and the post-Infinite Frontier merged Superboy are just a tad smarter than your average Joe. The New 52 Superboy was created to be the ultimate meta-human killing machine, with a knowledge of science, history, war, and combat embedded in his mind, who has a built-in Google search. Superboy's telekinetic powers let him sense, broadcast, and detect thoughts. He could recognize antimatter structures and understand advanced technology at a glance. Superboy could find an opponent's weak spots and figure out their power mid-battle. He also had the memories of the original Kon, a notorious Kryptonian monster who led armies of clones. Superboy shares the same weaknesses as an average Kryptonian, such as vulnerability to kryptonite and magic. However, the New 52 version was immune to these weaknesses. Overexerting his powers is his main weakness, as it could lead to his body feeding on itself, as it can't absorb solar energy fast enough for recovery. And because his powers amp his physical stats, they initially only worked when he was aware of a threat. Now that we've uncovered Superboy's genetic wonders, we move on to his challenger, Invincible. Mark Grayson aka Invincible is a half-human, half-Viltrumite superhero. His powers, well, they include super strength, flight, durability and speed. Raised in the house of the world's most famous superhero Omni-Man, Mark becomes Earth's hero and eventually the emperor of the Viltrum Empire. He boasts strength that's nothing short of planetary destruction. Early on, he casually bench presses over 400 tons and can hurl million-ton golems past the moon at sublight speeds. Within the sun's atmosphere, he resisted and delivered punches with a force of 1.65 billion tons per square inch. At the end of the series, Invincible surpasses his father Omni-Man and Thrag, who can shatter small planets. Over time, he confronts Thrag in the sun, holding his own after previously being defeated. In a 500-year leap, he outsmarches his once more powerful friend Alien the Alien, who could defeat multiple Viltrumites simultaneously. Invincible, true to his hero name, possesses near invulnerability, enduring city to country level explosions with minimal damage. This invulnerability extends to mental domination and transmutation. However, repeated punches of substantial force, such as those from other Viltrumites, can harm him over time. A remarkable durability feat is surviving a planetary explosion of Viltrum, even near its epicenter. Mark shrugged off a custom-made nuclear weapons effect, causing the largest recorded solar flare, which was at least 80 billion megatons. He also withstood several hydrogen bomb explosions with minimal injuries. Mark's efficient healing and regeneration surpass normal human capabilities. He is immune to most diseases, disorders, imperfections, and he heals from injuries fatal to humans. Recovery times vary, healing from battles in weeks to months, adapting and regenerating like all Viltrumites. Mark displays extraordinary endurance, surviving severe physical trauma that would prove fatal for an average person, multiple broken bones, skull fractures, and even disembowelment. In a remarkable instance, he continued to fight after being impaled through the abdomen, enduring the removal of his guts, though he eventually lost consciousness. Mark's Viltrumite lineage grants him an extended lifespan. His aging slows down the older he gets, and while the exact duration remains unknown, it's safe to say he will be collecting stories for thousands of years. At the end of the comic run, he has surpassed 500 years, maintaining the appearance of a 30-year-old with vitality far exceeding that of one. Mark's speed is top tier, as he flew from Earth to Mars in just a few days, surpassing his father and rivaling star cluster travel before the story concluded. Invincible's speed isn't just about flying fast, it's about perception. Viltrumites can move so fast that time appears to stop, making events appear sluggish while he moves at near light speeds or faster than light speeds. Mark can move at sub-relativistic speeds and perceive events at near light speed or faster than light speeds. He often restrains this ability to avoid harming weaker Earth villains. Mark can also survive without air for extended periods, allowing him to travel in space and underwater. Initially, he could survive for hours or a day without air, but his lung capacity has increased to match that of an adult Viltrumite, enabling him to survive for at least a week on a single breath. While his Viltrumite DNA makes him a near-invincible force, every hero has their kryptonite. High temperatures can weaken Viltrumites by disrupting their atomic bonds. Intense sound waves at specific pitches mess with Mark's inner ears, causing pain and potential problems. The Scourge virus and Klaxis plant are also other weaknesses that present challenges that keep his abilities in check. From what's been said so far, it may be clear to some of you who the winner of this battle would be. Superboy is in a league of his own, making this less of a duel and more of a one-sided showdown. While Superboy might not be the top dog in the super family, his power level is just close to on par with Superman, placing him far ahead of Invincible. Viltrumites are a watered-down version of Kryptonians. Think of them as the Cook Zero version, or that would be Darksamites, but you get my point. Superboy with his vast array of powers outshines Invincible in every conceivable way. Just because Superboy often finds himself on the losing end to more powerful opponents doesn't make him weak. It's just a testament to the sheer power of the characters in his league. The gap becomes clear when you compare Superboy to someone of a similar, albeit superior caliber as Superman. This is a character who bench presses sextillions and casually cruises through black holes. Superman is the gold standard of power. If you can stand up to him, you've got some serious muscle. Any comparison involving a Superman character will probably favor the one with super in their name. Viltrumites may be tough, but they are no match for Superboy, who would leave Invincible with a case of post-traumatic soups disorder. And yes, I can hear the Invincible fans gearing up to say, but Captain Awesome, Invincible's co-creator Ryan Otley said that Invincible could take down Superman.
Shut the fuck up.
Well folks, the facts speak louder than words. The only Kryptonian a Viltrumite might stand a chance against would be the Young Justice Superboy, and that's only because he hasn't fully unlocked his Kryptonian potential. While Invincible would put up a valiant fight, kon-el simply outclasses him in terms of abilities, versatility and sheer power. Superboy would take down Invincible 9 times out of 10. He's superior in virtually every category. Mark has a decent track record against heavy hitters. He may lose against stronger opponents, but he always puts up a good fight, often performing better than expected or getting help to secure a victory. Mark barely survived his initial encounters with Conquest, Thrag and Battle Beast, as well as alternate universe versions of himself. He'd lose to Superboy and lose badly, but he'd put up a heck of a fight. Even in a weakened state, Superboy's new 52 version lifted the entirety of Argo City and held it into space, and people considered this the physically weaker version of Superboy. This was without even mentioning how Superboy's new 52 version had limited abilities to manipulate time-space, causality and pocket realities, thanks to his multiple time travels. His body could generate tactile particles, which are fundamental to the universe, and because of that, the universe kicked him out as it was not sure of how to contain him. It was shown that kon-el could grow into an extraordinarily powerful being with limitless powers. This is a character who, even while unconscious, had his TK level spike, becoming a black hole and pulling down a plane and a building. In a parallel universe where Superman never recovered from his battle with Doomsday, a different Superboy known as Black Zero became an entity of immense power, surpassing even Superman. His fully matured Kryptonian abilities, something absent in other Superboys, enhanced his inherent tactile telekinesis. Black Zero conquered his world and ventured to dominate others, utilizing his hyper-time jumping ability. Superboys from various timelines united to fight Black Zero. He proved to be more formidable than almost any Superboy from any timeline. Almost. None of Invincible's alternates have achieved close to this level of power. The amusing part is that the current Superboy is the New 52 Superboy, just with his pre-New 52 history reincorporated. This implies that his formidable New 52 psychic powers are still part of him, even though he doesn't use them as much, or perhaps he doesn't possess them at all. But let's be real, he would only need his Kryptonian powers, and that's not even considering the incredible things he can do with his psychic ones. Superboy's supremacy becomes even more clear when you factor in specific abilities like his vision and ice breath, adding to his already impressive skill set. Superboy is a powerhouse capable of obliterating multiple planets, while Invincible needed aid from his father Omni-Man and another Viltrumite Thetis to destroy the planet's Viltrum. Viltrumites boast nearly indestructible cells as long as they are not exposed to extreme temperatures for extended periods. However, under Yellow Sun, every cell in a Kryptonian's body becomes a mini power plant, enabling them to survive indefinitely without food or water. Now let's not sell Viltrumites short. They are powerful, and by the end of the story, Mark is arguably the strongest among them. But let's face it, the guy nearly perished in the sun. Many versions of Superboy on the other hand could use the sun as a pre-workout warm-up. It's literally his battery pack. The battle between these two titans would reveal Invincible as an unstoppable force, beating his match in the immovable object that is Superboy. Ultimately, in the face of Superboy's overwhelming prowess, Mark Grayson finds himself not quite living up to his moniker.
Destroy. Player 1 wins.
Doing this video really made me see Superboy as him for real. I mean, I already believed he was, but this really opened my eyes to what he can actually do. I don't want to hear any more Superboy slander from this day forth. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Captain Awesome. Before you go, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also ring the notification bell so you never miss any future videos. Lastly, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this video? Was it a W? Was it an L? Did I miss any other important info and all that other stuff? Also, let me know some other versus battles you'd like to see, and possibly any other interesting topics. Until next time, stay awesome.